It was the first day of spring. The sun was bright, birds chirped across the manicured lawn. A woman in a navy blue suit stood by the gate, tapping on a tablet as guests arrived. This wasn't an ordinary wedding venue, it was the Arlington Military Honours Estate. Today, General Harold Spencer's daughter was getting married. The guests were a carefully curated mix of retired military personnel, high-ranking government officials, and close family. Every name on the list had been triple verified by security. And then it happened. A figure appeared from the end of the stone path. His coat was wrinkled, his shoes dusty. His hair, once golden, now faded to silver, fluttered with the breeze. He didn't carry a cane, but he moved slowly, each step precise, deliberate. The security officer stepped forward immediately. "Excuse me, sir, your name isn't on the guest list." The old man paused. His eyes didn't meet hers. He looked beyond, toward the white-draped chairs, the red carpet, the arch of cherry blossoms, and without a word, he walked past her. The officer radioed in, "Code 17, unverified civilian entry. Repeat, Code 17. Within seconds, the protocol alert was triggered. Military detail began closing in. But then, General Harold Spencer rose from the podium, cutting his speech mid-sentence. He stepped down from the stage, raised his hand, and said clearly, "Stand down, no one touches him." The entire venue froze. The old man stopped walking. The general walked toward him slowly. "It's been a long time," he said quietly. Then, without hesitation, the general straightened his back and gave him a formal military salute. No one clapped, no one spoke, because no one knew who he was. That night, news channels replayed the moment on loop. Who is the unidentified man the general saluted during the ceremony? Headlines flashed, "Unknown guest, undeniable honor." General breaks ranks to salute stranger. The next morning, deep inside Arlington Intelligence Archives, an old cabinet was unlocked for the first time in 31 years. A file lay sealed in red wax. Across it, Project Sundial, operator 019DT handwritten beneath. Presumed deceased, if cited, do not detain, clearance, executive level. After the wedding, the old man vanished. There was no ID, no hotel records, no cell phone pings. He barely showed up on surveillance footage. Just a flicker here, a shadow there. General Spencer refused interviews, but behind the scenes, the National Security Council quietly called in Miriam Blake, a retired CIA analyst specializing in declassified ghost operations. "Find him," the directive said. Miriam dove into forgotten archives, files labeled Cold War, Covert Intervention, Containment Doctrine. Time and again, one operator's codename surfaced. Donald T. No rank needed. Photos were missing, reports were half redacted. Some dossiers simply ended with the word. Miriam drove to a decommissioned base in Pennsylvania, Fort Lancaster. There, she found retired Master Sergeant Ellis, a man with a tremor in his hands and 3 medals he never displayed. She showed him the codename. His eyes widened. Donald T? He was a phantom, answered to no one, except maybe the president. "Which president?" Miriam asked. Ellis hesitated. "Hard to say. Might have been all of them, or none. Maybe he was the kind of soldier who doesn't belong in records. The kind history forgets, on purpose." Back in D.C., General Spencer received an unmarked envelope. Inside, one line was handwritten in block letters. "You kept your promise, Harold. Now it's my turn. Is the Northern Station still active?" Signed, D.T. Spencer held the note for a long time. Then he summoned 2 officers. "Vermont Station, Moonlight Protocol. Access is iris only. If it's still live, he'll be there." Vermont. In the shadow of the Green Mountains, a bunker disguised as an abandoned observatory sat silent. The 2 officers scanned their irises. Doors hissed open. Inside, outdated control panels, rotary dials, and walls of blinking red lights. In the center, on an old leather chair, sat the old man. "Took you long enough," he said. "Are you Donald T?" He smiled faintly. "Names are for paperwork, but I've still got work to do." Hours later, a VHS tape arrived at the Pentagon. Its label, Sundial Final Watch. Inside, the man's voice played, "Some wars end, others go silent. I chose silence." Then static. Then a line of white text. General Spencer, now alone in his quarters, rewound the tape. His eyes were glassy. He whispered, "Why now?" His secure phone rang. "First target is inside." 2 weeks later, Arlington held a private midnight memorial. No press, no announcement. The general laid a single medal on the tomb of the unknown soldier. From his pocket, he pulled an antique pocket watch. Inside was a folded note. "When time is right, don't forget me. DT." He looked up toward the hillside, far away. A lone figure in a coat walked slowly along the ridge. He didn't wave, he didn't speak, but every soldier present stood up and saluted. End.